so we have some awesome news to tell you guys. We are gonna be in Pomona, California at the Off-Road Expo on October 1st and October 2nd. So come out to the Fairplex, Pomona, California. Come hang out with me and Hillbilly and Demery and check out some awesome KMC wheels and some BFG tires. We're gonna be at the KMC booth on Saturday. We're gonna be at the BFG booth right after that. Come and say hi, come hang out, take a picture with us, and check out the Off-Road Expo. All right, so we're getting back on the JK build. Last episode, we got this thing stripped. We left this place a mess, so we're gonna get it all cleaned up first, raise it up, and we've got a lot of stuff to keep stripping on this. We've got a lot of ash and just everything from this thing burning up. We're gonna get it all swept up and then get to work on it. All right, so I'm gonna start by getting this skid plate off. It's already missing a bolt, so that makes it easy. Got a couple bolts here. We're gonna have to be cutting this exhaust out of the way. We're not gonna reuse it because it's a factory Jeep exhaust. We're not using a factory motor. So we're gonna grab the saws, we're gonna hack that thing out, get the drive lines dropped, drop our transfer case, and then we're gonna try to pull this motor and tranny out in one shot.
I think that'll be fun. Let's do it.
Howdy ho! Nice.
It's a little hefty.
Oh, nice. We got the rear drive line, we got the front drive line. And then we got this exhaust that's gonna be getting cut out of the way. Look at that, new hat. This is the hat I've been telling you guys about. RobbyLayton.com. Get you one of these awesome hats before they run out again. You don't wanna miss it. RobbyLayton.com. You know how you get this out? Ka-chow! That's how you remove an O2 sensor, right? There's so much fire extinguisher residue. It's kind of crazy. You can see how far the fire actually melted everything. It must have gotten put out pretty dang fast. Yeah, it's been on fire. Yes, things are melted, but it's not as bad as it could have been. I mean, this entire Jeep could have burned to the ground. And it didn't, because this Jeep knew that it was gonna have a new life with us. Watch yourself. All right, that worked out well. Exhaust, out. We're gonna cut Hillbilly out some copper because Hillbilly likes to recycle.
And I'm already itchy.
As soon as you say itchy, I start to itch.
Yeah, as soon as you said it, my arms started itching.
As soon as you say that word. Oh wow, look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and say that was worn out. Or is that how that's supposed to be?
No, that's got a lot of play in it.
Yeah, that's definitely not how it's supposed to be. Somebody has zip tied this shifter. They hillbillied it. That one came right off. One shifter cable, professionally removed. Not even melted. Somebody loved zip ties on this Jeep. All right, we're gonna get this out so we can get this sucker shifted. Got it. So Hillbilly broke my big, long, awesome ratchet. So I gotta go get the baby one. The thing these are loose, or we would have had a serious problem.
We'd have to go steal Hillbilly's long one.
Just have Hillbilly come in here and use the little one.
Yeah, seriously. All right, this is gonna come out real soon. Got it. I don't think this is supposed to have as much play as it has. One drive line down. All right, I have the perfect wrench for this. We use a 1/4 inch with a 3/4 inch breaker bar, and it's not gonna work. So I got a ball socket M6 Super Extendo, and I feel like I'm gonna snap the ball off. No, I didn't. I broke it loose. 1-0, 2-0. It's working. We're losing. 5 came out. 3 are gonna be the death of us. What would Derek do in this situation? He'd get some vice grips.
Vice grips.
If you don't know who I'm referencing, it's Derek from Vice Grip Garage, okay?
Don't hurt yourself.
She's gonna hurt herself.
You can't turn until you squeeze it tight.
It's as tight as I can do.
You gotta squeeze it closed.
We gotta figure something else out, Dinsky. All right, when you have tried and not succeeded, it's always best just to throw all the tools that you've tried on the ground and kick them. Because here's the deal. If the tools don't work, we're just gonna get the torch out, we're gonna cut them off, and that's that. These bolts better loosen themselves up real quick or they're getting the torch.
That's why you end up with broken tools.
Worked. And you doubted me.
And the nice thing about tools is they're warranted.
Yeah. So. And the nice thing about when your wife tells you not to do something and you do it and you succeed, she'll still tell you that you're wrong.
Because you are wrong.
When in doubt, beat it in with a hammer. Got it! It's almost like we knew what we were doing. Last but not least. Oh. Finally, success. Use your driveline as leverage. All you gotta do, use the leverage and weight from your driveline and out it pops. Drivelines are Facebook Marketplace ready. But I just want to support this transmission, So we're gonna take the transmission cross member out. Drop this transfer case down so we can get to the bolts above it. Drop this transfer case out. We got all 4 of the main bolts out. Now we gotta get our Allen keys, get those 2 bottom bolts out, drop this cross member, and this transfer case is gonna fall to the ground. Ow!
Oh.
That was my,
There's a gap right here.
that was my nog. That was
Oh.
slicker than snow. Be a man, blow your back
Blow
out.
your fingers out.
We're gonna get this transmission mount. Dude, this almost looks like it's a rebuilt tranny. It's all black. Or is it black because it burned up? Now I just give up. Dinner makes fun of me. Between 15 and 19, that's what I need.
For that size?
I can't
tell you
believe
that.
you can't just look at it and be like, yep, that's the size. I bet it's an 18.
I got 20 bucks, says it's a 16.
I refuse to gamble. Dinner's probably right.
What size is that?
Oh, I was like, yes, I win. He put it on backwards. I almost won 20 bucks.
What?
Yes, it's a 16. I told him it's not a 15.
Whoa!
Don't do that, kids. Don't look at cameras while you're unbolting stuff. So I'm gonna pull all these bolts out. Before I allow this thing to fall on my face, I'm going to get Hillbilly. Okay? Because he'll lift it out. He was born for these situations. But he's in the other room making another video. Trying to be efficient. I'm gonna tell him he can't do it, so he'll do it. It's time to go challenge Hillbilly. All right, as you can see behind me, this is our other studio. Hillbilly's hard at work. Holy bondo. I need your help.
With?
Wow, I don't think you can pull the transfer case out by yourself.
What are you doing?
Here's the problem. I don't think you can do it. I want to see how strong you really are. There, it's all on you.
Why am I the one who has to do it?
I just don't think you can.
So if I lose my 2 front teeth,
Then it's
you gonna
fine.
give me teeth for Christmas?
Yeah, if you lose your teeth, I'll give you 26 new ones. Well, that didn't work. He comes in and makes a mess. One good thing, smell that. Transmission fluid smells great.
It looks really
Well,
clean.
taste it off the bottom of my boot, see if it tastes great.
Job well done.
You missed. Too slow, Joe.
He did exactly what I wanted him to do. I'm gonna chalk that up as a win. So now, the only thing we have left to unhook, 2 little EGR lines or something right over here. We'll pop these out. We will assess the motor mounts. Oh, that came right out. All right, bad news. That was a fuel line. I got gasoline all over me. Hit me in the face, hit me in the noggin. But good news, it's unhooked. So let's just get the nuts off of the motor mounts. What do you think?
It's notched.
Notch? Oh, cool. So then the bolt, we don't have to pull the bolt out. It'll just-
You don't take the nut off either. You can just
well,
loosen
we
the nut.
loosen it. All right, so we're gonna let this drain overnight. Basically, we've got the transfer case out. We've got that lower cross member, front and rear drive lines are out. We've got this sucker just sitting here. We're gonna be using Frank to pull it out. So tomorrow, we'll attach a chain to it. We're just gonna lift this whole assembly, motor, tranny, everything right out of this. I think the transmission's still good. One more thing we gotta sell, put money towards the charger. So I know a lot of you have been reaching out. So what we're gonna do is once we have all these parts available, we're gonna be putting them on Facebook Marketplace. That way everybody's got a clean shot at it. We'll have prices, because right now, I don't know how to price it. I've had a lot of people ask. There's a website called car-part.com. That's how I'm gonna be searching to find out what parts are worth. We're gonna be selling it for less than that. I think that's all we're doing tonight, so it's tomorrow. All right, it is another day. First things first, we gotta clean up our humongous mess from yesterday. So I'm gonna raise this up on the lift, get everything cleaned up, get the ground swept. So we're gonna jump on Frank and get this Jeep out and get this motor yanked out of this thing. When it rains, poor Frank's seat just fills up like a sponge. I think it's time we go get a new seat. I think this is gonna be much better.
The viewers spoke loud enough. There was a lot of them that said, put that supercharger on the Bronco.
Yeah, I don't think they realize that your Bronco's broken right now.
It's not broken.
Where's it at?
My house.
Why aren't you driving it then?
Because I can afford to drive my truck now that the price of diesel's dropped.
Oh, all right. I thought it was broken, but yeah, I see that supercharger is. Take it to Bronco Town. All right, you guys spoke. Hillbilly's putting that whatever supercharger on his Bronco somehow. We'll figure it out.
We'll take you guys for the first ride to see if it blows up or not.
All right,
Piston through the roof.
just like that, we got us a new seat. There's just one problem. We're gonna have to reassess it and lower it because I'm sitting up too high now. Anybody know where to buy some forklift tires?
Up.
Well, now that the motor and tranny are out of the way, we can kind of assess what we've got going on. Definitely not good, but it's not too bad. Looks like it got a little bit inside the firewall. A little bit of flames probably went up. We're gonna get the pressure washer out. We're gonna get this thing clean. All right, so we got it all pressure washed. I think we're gonna hang it up so we can clean the underside. It's like scratching the pig's belly. The shocks clean up pretty dang nice. The fronts are kings and they're in good shape. All right, so we're gonna get this lowered down, get it back in the shop, and figure out what else we're gonna do to this thing. The motor and tranny's out of it, transfer case, drive lines, all of it. So we're getting this thing stripped pretty good. I'm feeling great about it. All right, we're making some really good headway. We've got the motor and tranny out of this thing. We've got it all cleaned up. Now we get to go through and disconnect all the bolts that had melted stuff on it. We're gonna start working our way backwards now. Got it all stripped to here. Now we're gonna work that way.
I'll look who decides to show up.
All right, let's get this thing taken apart. So now we're just trying to get all this stuff out. I don't know how that comes off yet. All right, so as you can see, the doors came off really easy and so did the top. Hopefully this all goes that easy.
Pop goes the weasel.
This Jeep's got electric lockers and there's rocker switches over there. We're gonna get those undone. In order to get one thing done, you gotta take another thing out. I've gotta get up in here, get this wiper motor out of the way.
There's no wires anywhere. I think it's just something added to put the lights and stuff on it. There's no wires.
Well, it sure looked cool.
Maybe they haven't got that far yet.
Well, but it has E-lockers. So because this wire is melted, we're just gonna leave it hooked up to the wiper motor. So now we can get to these bolts. We can tell these have never been removed.
I think we may have got a little hot in here.
Yeah, I'd say so. Look at the inside of that windshield.
Well, come look at the heater vents. They're melted.
I mean, it did have a fire. So I was assuming that we were gonna have to change this windshield, but it looks to me, it's just soot. So Hillbilly is gonna get his elbow grease out, and he's gonna see if he can clean that windshield up.
It's starting to turn yellow.
I'll be dang. Look at that. A little bit of finger grease and it's coming right off. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I am impressed. This windshield is perfectly fine. I actually can't even believe it. I thought that it was like melted. Hillbilly had a pretty valid point. He wants to be able to sit down as we're pulling this dash. I think we're gonna leave the seats and we're gonna start working on this dash. We've pretty well got this thing to the point that we want it to be. So Hillbilly's gonna start on the inside and I'm gonna get in this engine compartment and I'm gonna pull off all the bolts and all the little wires that are still stuck to the upper rails.
Don't forget my wiring pile's right there.
I'm gonna give him all of the old copper because this old copper is getting recycled and Hillbilly is gonna put it towards his supercharger kit that he's gonna put on his Bronco.
There ain't no kit. I'll just put the charger right on there and plumb it in with PVC pipe.
You really will. So the crazy thing about this, literally there's so much paint that is still stuck. This took like no heat. So I'm guessing that this fire got contained and put out very, very quickly. Obviously the plastic is melted. Surprisingly enough, this is in pretty dang good shape for going through a fire. Look at all that copper getting recycled. I don't know what this bracket's for, but put it in the box. See, like even over here, it's just got a little bit, it's got some rust, but all the paint is still stuck. So like these plastic pieces, they're just melted, but they're not like burnt. That is so crazy.
At least it feels better now that it's washed.
I know. I don't feel like my skin is crawling. Look at that. These wires aren't even melted. They're perfectly fine.
Around them.
Yeah, because that's the main harness that goes to the back. There's a heat shield here. It's kind of a little mangled. We'll get it pulled off. I'm gonna work on the brake booster. Didn't even burn inside. Still got an O-ring. Smells like smoke. Whew. It's just insane to me to see what's good and what's not. So that bracket's still good. So we'll probably unbolt it and just get a new brake booster and all that. Didn't even touch the paint. Well, that was easy enough. We got the steering U-joints and shaft off. The entire lower wiring harness is still good in this thing. We have very little anything on the frame. A little bit right here where it got a little warm and it's got a tiny bit of rust, but just one spot there and one baby spot here. These wires aren't even melted, so there's no way this frame is compromised. So I'm thinking we might just keep this frame together with all of the suspension.
Even now that it's washed, your steering box looks better.
Steering box is good, the axle's good, the stabilizer's good, all the arms are good.
Yeah, they're still
The
red.
shocks are still good.
In the process of removing the dash, but right now I'm getting this radio pulled out. There's some bolts behind it, but I am very surprised it wasn't a wire fire because there's wires someone's added everywhere. Spliced into other wires. Crazy. Hey Robbie, I think your radio's still good.
One less thing we gotta replace.
Hey, what's this on the floor back here?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Chromish brown, about that long, about that tall.
Is it an intercooler?
Yeah.
I thought that was stolen.
He told me he scrapped it because it was bad.
I wanted to surprise him. It's gonna go in the Bronco. The viewers have spoken. You are supercharging your Bronco. We're gonna blow it up.
I don't need an intercooler for that.
We should supercharge it and go see if we can blow it up. Then it needs a new engine.
4.0, high output. Ford V6 4.0, not the Jeep's 4.0.
Look at that. Look at how much better it looks. It's looking good. Good on you, fire department. Whoever put this fire out. In my opinion, it didn't ruin it.
It might be 10.
I knew it! I knew it, I knew it. Remember what I said about the transmission? This is what I love about old vehicles, or any vehicles at all. Finding invoices. Certified transmission. This was installed June 10th of 2020. Has a 36-month, 100,000 miles, whichever occurs first. This transmission is still under warranty. When we were pulling this thing apart, I knew that transmission had to be new. There we go. Got it. This thing's actually pretty sweet. Maybe we'll reuse it. Oh, it's heavy. There's some weird wiring everywhere. But I don't even know what it's for.
We'll never know what it's for. Lockpick.
Oh, probably some security system thing.
So that's what that one antenna is for over here.
So we're gonna want to remove this fully because this will shut a vehicle down. What in the
Break
heck? Okay, so we're gonna remove all this aftermarket wiring. Throw that in the back for now. We're trying to get the four-wheel drive shifter out of the way so we can get the dash out.
I think it's this pin, like this pin you pop out.
Got it! So we finally got the shifter out. It was a bugger. Hillbilly broke it.
Why do I always get blamed?
Let's get this dash out. We're just gonna have to get an entire dash assembly.
Yep.
All right, we need an entire dash assembly.
So we don't have to be nice to this one?
Hey Robby, look at this. Synthetic supercharger lubricant.
Well, I need that.
Looks like that'll be going to Hillbilly. That's Bronco lubricant.
2 brand new ones. Ching!
To assess this, we're gonna need an entire dash assembly. You can see right here it got super hot. So it melted it, burnt this crispy. All the ducting is melted. This is melted. The heater box, everything. Just toast. And it's got a main harness right here. We're gonna have to find us an entire dash assembly. So that'll be fun, but we'll find it.
You know, there was an urgent safety recall on this thing.
We need to take this in for its safety recall. We've got an appointment for a safety recall, so we're gonna go get that taken care of. But check this out. I actually didn't think that we would get the dash out. I was a little skeptical because it's just a big task. We've only got a few little spots, like the paint is perfect here. Right there, it was a hot spot, and a little bit over there, and a tiny bit right here. This fire dang near didn't even get inside this cab. Sometimes I just like to sit here and I just look at it.
Admire it.
I can't wait until the big goal, it being done, we can go play.
Well, that's true. Our goal is to have this sucker done by Easter Jeep Safari. So that gives us till March. It's really not that much time to build a fully custom crawler.
We have to have 2 done. The Cherokee.
Oh yeah, if we get the Cherokee done, we can take them both. Okay, Hillbilly just challenged us. What do you guys think? Should we get the 1-ton axles put in the Cherokee also?
Make it 3, because I have to put 1 ton into the Bronco.
Now we're pushing it. Now we're pushing it. All right, we're gonna stick to 2. That way we can all go play.
Hey, don't you think we should tell the viewers about that truck behind you?
Oh, you mean Aiden's?
Yeah.
Let's go take a look at it. So what we have behind me is a 97 Chevy K1500 single cab short bed. This is a build we are doing for a kid named Aiden. He's 16 years old. If you guys want to help support rebuild this truck, head over to RobbyLayton.com right now because 100% of our merch sales are going to rebuilding this truck for Aiden. So we're getting close. We're doing a lot of awesome things with it. Because of your support for the channel, we've been able to do everything we've wanted to do for Aiden. Head over to the website, RobbyLayton.com. Get yourself some awesome merch. Look as good as dinner. As always, we appreciate you guys. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.